Social media is actively ruining our lives. In this video, I'll explain the truth behind the unsocial social media and how it's turning our lives into nothing but meaningless comparison, loneliness, and isolation. So, let's talk about it. Social media has made the way we do and see things extremely different than years past. With the introduction of an app called Facebook, our world would forever change. Present-day social media has turned the internet into a true every man for himself type of scenescape. Between heavily altered and unattainable standards, the loss of true, meaningful connection, and the ever-worsening feelings of isolation, I deem it fair to ask this question. Has social media ruined our lives? And where do we go from here? Despite the many social media apps that exist on the App Store, I think it's safe to say that we're currently in a world where people don't necessarily want to socialize anymore. And if you don't believe me, just go to a restaurant on a Friday night and watch how many people are actually on dates with their phones rather than their significant others. We see less and less of each other and more of our screens. If I was to draw a graph of a screen usage versus face-to-face conversation, the lines would be almost inversely proportional. Basically, the more we use our phones, the less we're connected to one another. So how does this actually affect us? Well, one study published in 2023 on PubMed showed that increased social media correlated with an increase in feelings of isolation and loneliness. But why? You see, when we scroll on apps like Instagram, we're subconsciously beginning to compare ourselves to the people and things we see on our screen. So all of a sudden, this guy's got so many friends and this girl always gets invited to big events. Look, the truth is, we don't know what's going on behind these posts, and social media is a highlight reel, not a blooper video. People post the best moments of their lives, whether it's a party or on vacation. We begin to feel like everyone else's lives are filled with friends, family, fulfillment, all that stuff. But we're analyzing everyone else's life and we're failing to create and build our own. And this can lead to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. It can translate into things like isolation and loneliness, especially when we're comparing ourselves to social media standards that we have no idea if they're true or not. And mind you, while we're flowing through our timelines, our life is flowing right through our fingers. So now we can begin to see the effects of social media on our emotions. But what about other things like conversation and socialization? Well, let's take you back a bit. You remember having those group projects as a kid or even in college? I know, I must be bringing back amazing memories for you. But all jokes aside, these uncomfortable experiences where you had to meet up with people and work on something that maybe you didn't really care about, those experiences help to shape your character. Things like problem solving, teamwork, compromise, all of that can be seen when you have to work together. Now, there's another aspect of these in-person meetings that we've yet to talk about, the face-to-face aspect of it. While online meetings are way more convenient, we've lost the ability to truly connect with people. Now, let me tell you how. I'm sure you've heard the expression that the eyes are the window to your soul. Even if that's true, no one looks each other in the face anymore. No one. I mean, have you noticed? You'll be talking to someone and they're gonna look any and everywhere but your face. Sometimes I'll start to look around. I'm like, am I missing something here? Anyway, I digress. This lack of eye contact may seem harmless, but it signifies something so much deeper. Our faces and eyes express so many non-verbal signals and information. More often than not, you can tell how someone's feeling based just off of their facial expressions alone, or you used to be able to. With text-based communication replacing the face-to-face interaction that we used to have, we begin to see a drop in reception and comprehension of those very important nonverbal cues. With the loss of opportunities to practice that in-person socialization, we see younger generations struggling to hone those skills, which lead to adverse effects with their social adeptness. This issue of vanishing social awareness can lead to an inability to effectively communicate with other people, whether it's their peers, friends, family, whoever. We see a loss in meaningful connection because our emotions, the very things that help us connect, they get lost in text and misconstrued so easily. Unfortunately, people can only read so far in between the lines. All right, so social media has made us less fulfilled, but more isolated. worse at communicating, and worse at understanding. But what do we do now? Where do we go from here? Sometimes it's not doing more, rather it's doing less, right? So the answers are simple. Be more present. Spend less time staring at a screen and more time living life. Don't eat dinner and scroll on your phone. Instead, just enjoy the meal. Stop comparing yourself to someone that you have no idea what their real life looks like. Instead, focus on building the life you want. And when you're spending time with other people, actually spend time with them, not the phone that you have. Our time is limited, so let's make the most of it. And that's it. No secret hack, just the truth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe for more modern day philosophical content. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I'm currently trying to post every day, so stick with me. Anyway, until next time, keep on growing.